Hi Maya, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
How has this last week been?
It was good.
Yeah,
hmm
what did you do?
I don't know, not a lot. I kept looking for a job. Um, Saw my mom for a little bit. Had a visit with the kids. Yeah, not much.
Yeah, how was your visit?
It was good. Yeah, it was fun. We like, they like really wanted to play with, like make Lego cars.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that for a while, which was fun, but then the younger one started like hitting me all the way with it, so I had to take it away.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long did the visit end up being?
Think we were like an hour and a half, because it started, like, the other one started to get a little cranky, but I
Yeah.
felt like maybe we should be done now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
How has the job hunt been going?
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where have you tried so far?
Like McDonald's
Okay.
and like Walmart, but like a lot of places, if when you do the background check or like have to put if you have like a record, then they stop looking, so.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, hopefully something will come up in the next few weeks, and if not, we can help you or find some resources to look into that if that's something you'd be interested in.
Yeah, I mean, I think anything would help, because I kind of just have to like sneak in time to go to the library when I can.
Okay.
Between like testing and all the visits and stuff.
Yeah, how has your housing been? Is everything going okay?
Yeah, it's fine. My roommates are kind of loud, but like it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not home a lot right now because I'm busy, as you know.
For sure.
Mhm.
So how has the testing been going? How's your recovery?
It's been good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did have something I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay,
So one of your tests last week did come back positive.
okay.
So before we jump to anything, I just wanted to hear your side of what's been going on, or if there's anything that you would want to share with me. Just this is a safe space. I want you to feel comfortable talking to me, and this doesn't hinder anything in regards to the kids. I just want to know what's been going on with you and if you're okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why it would be positive.
Okay. When was the last time you used?
I mean, it was probably like right before I lost the kids.
Okay,
I like stopped when that happened because I want them back.
right, of course.
Mhm.
And you have a great relationship with them.
Mhm.
Do you have any idea how this could have come up as positive?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sometimes like probably like false positives and stuff. Like,
Mhm.
couldn't have just been a mistake with the testing.
Sometimes, yes, that definitely does happen.
Mhm.
And usually when that does happen, they'll send it back for a confirmation just to be sure, so they'll run it again. And this one did come back confirmed as a positive. So that means that something was in your system.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to talk to you about it before we assume anything.
I mean, people like use a lot of drugs all the time, and like I take the bus and stuff, so maybe I just got in my hair or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, with a urinalysis, it doesn't exactly work that way. It would have had to have been in your system, versus like a breathe in or anything like that. So it's kind of where we're at.
Okay, what does this mean then?
So our next step would be to hopefully get you back into a recovery maintenance program, kind of like what you were in before. If that one wasn't working, we can look at other options, or I just kind of wanted to see where you're at, what you would be most comfortable doing right now. This doesn't delay anything with the kids. We're just gonna get right back on track and keep going.
Yeah, I just want my kids back.
Absolutely. And that's why I wanted to talk to you about it first before we assume anything. I wanted to make sure that you're on the same page as we are. So I just wanted to get your side, see what's been going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just been like, it's just been a lot, and I feel like I'm doing a lot of it alone. And I think I just slipped.
Yeah, and that it happens. We know recovery is not night and day, and it takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's okay. It happens. We're not upset with you. This doesn't mean your kids aren't coming home, nothing like that. I want to make sure you know that. And that it does happen. And you're not the only one that this happened to. And it could happen again. But you know, it's the way you bounce back up from it is what means the world.
Yeah, I guess it's just really embarrassing.
I know. I can't imagine how you're feeling right now. And this is a hard conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you found any supports in any of the groups you've been attending or anything like that? Any relationships come
I mean, not like very close ones, I guess group is, I do like going to group,
up?
cause like, I don't know, I guess it's nice to see other people who kind of know a little bit about what you're going through, cause I think it can be very lonely,
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
but it's also like, there's just so much to do all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Do you feel like you're liking the group you're in, or are you wanting to look elsewhere, look at different programs? What are you feeling?
I like the group I'm in, I don't think
Okay.
I wanna like start over, but also like,
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna tell them that like,
Mhm.
I used again,
Mhm.
cause
Yeah.
I was like. It's like almost 90 days,
Mhm.
which is like the longest I've not used it, like
Yeah,
probably years.
yeah. And that is a huge milestone.
Yeah, but then I messed up.
Do you think that any of them would be understanding or have had the same thing happen to them?
Mhm,
Yeah.
probably.
Mhm. I can imagine it's a scary thing to have to put out there, though. Do you
Yeah.
have a good relationship with your recovery coach?
Yeah, she's cool.
Do you think maybe that would be something you could do, is to share it with her first as like a way?
Instead of
first
like
start?
in group.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that would feel better.
yeah. It might be more comfortable to share it one-on-one versus to the entire group right away, and you could take some time and work with her on that.
Yeah, I don't know if I want like everyone to give me their like input or talk about like what their relapse, because I don't wanna say that this is like a relapse. It was just a one time,
Mhm.
like, I haven't done it since, I mean. Like, probably knew you were gonna know, cause I did the testing, but
Mhm.
I don't wanna like, I don't know, I just don't want. People's advice, I feel like I hear a lot of things from a lot of people.
I feel like it's a huge strength that you can acknowledge that you did use and you still went and test. I think that's a huge strength, and you being able to share it with me right now is also very, very big on you, and it shows a lot to us.
Don't wanna get in trouble for not knowing.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm glad you did still go, and like I said, like, we're still moving along with the case plan, and this doesn't change anything with visits or anything like that. I wanna make sure that you know that.
Like, I'm still gonna have my visits.
Absolutely.
Okay, cause I wouldn't show up high. For them. I know better than that.
Yeah, your visits are always gonna be your right in the terms of the case. Nobody can take your visits away unless we feel like you're a safety threat, which you're not. You show up to visits, you provide for the kids, you're doing everything right. So you're not gonna lose your visits, you're still gonna see your kids.
Gonna like, tell the police. Okay.
No, we're just gonna keep going. Like we said, I wanna make sure you're still doing your recovery maintenance and making sure that you're liking the group you're in, because we can always, send in a referral somewhere else or look at other options if it's like a comfort thing that's not working, I wanna make sure you're comfortable where you're at.
Yeah, I think it's just like. I think it's just hard, I like chose. I mean, it was a big wake-up call, obviously, like. Showing up on my door and like, not seeing my kids, and I know that it's like better for them right now, but obviously like, that's not ideal, But I think. I don't know, I think I thought maybe it would be like easier and like isn't. So I feel like I like worked really hard on making, like checking every box and doing everything right, and I like couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I was like making the most out of my like groups and stuff, because I didn't know if someone was gonna like tell you guys about it, or if it was gonna like I didn't know that like this is right, like I thought that like if I messed up, they could stop or something.
Yeah. So while the department does have custody of your kids, you are still their mom.
Yeah.
So your visits will always be a right, no matter how long they're in care.
Mhm.
We obviously hope it's not long and that we're
Yeah.
able to do things to get them home with you.
Yeah.
Where they should be, but visits will always be your right. Unless for some reason something comes up that we don't feel the kids are safe with you, but you haven't shown us anything that would make the kids not be safe with you, so you will
What end?
always get to see them.
Yeah.
And I do want you to know that I know it is a lot that the department asks of you when it comes to getting your kids back, and it can be hard.
Yeah.
And I want to support you in that, so if there's ever anything you need, you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, you can always reach out to me and we'll see what we can do, how I can help you more, whether it's transportation or moving some things around schedule wise or finding different resources, or we always want to make sure that you have everything you need to be as successful as you can as a parent. And we have lots of resources to help you. So I want to make sure that you're able to do everything that you can.
Yeah, I feel like I think like the biggest thing right now is probably transportation, because like I'm not working right now. So it's not like my schedule plays a huge part, but like I don't have a car, I don't have a license. So sometimes like I have like missed a couple of groups and stuff, and like I talked to my coach, I told her, but like I just, sometimes you miss the bus, or like bus breaks down, or the light rail breaks down or something. I'm kind of like screwed.
Yeah, there's always those unplanned circumstances that happen, perks of public transportation.
Yeah.
Of course, we can definitely set you up with some more bus passes, and maybe we can look into your recovery maintenance program and see if they have like a hybrid option, where maybe you could do some at home
Okay,
and some go in. Would that be
Yeah.
something that you might be interested in?
absolutely,
Yeah,
especially when I'm like testing such a week really early to get on the bus to go to do testing and then come back, and then like sometimes the group that I want to go to is canceled, so it's like I can go to another group, but it's not the group that like I'm used to going to.
And that's a long day too of going back and forth to appointments and whatnot. Can imagine it takes a lot out of you. Yeah, I know in the past, some parents have been able to really like the virtual groups, especially on like days where something comes up and I can't make a group, but I still want to attend a meeting or anything like that. So maybe that's something we could look into and set up a time to sit down and go through that together. See if we can find, even if it's just like in the back of your head, you know that you have the option to do an online group that day. If you have a little more going on or a visit or whatnot, we can try to see if that's an option for you to have, if it's just in your mind.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to know that I have like like you said, like a backup plan, because like when I used, it was like, I was having a pretty crappy day in general, and then it was like I couldn't get to visit, like I couldn't get to a group, and then like, the bus broke down, and it was just kind of like, I don't know, I felt like I had kind of like messed it up already. So I didn't, I wasn't like thinking through, obviously, but like if I knew that I had a backup option or something, that I wasn't like screwing it up, then maybe that would have helped.
And I'm sure that this can be hard for you as it is so unknown and still very new. You know, the kids have only been out of care for a couple months, so it's still adjusting to the routine of having to do visits and testing and all of those things. But I think you're doing amazing so far. I think you're really on track, and we don't see that as often. And I think you're doing really great, and I think the kids see that too, that you're still being consistent and seeing them even with all the circumstances.
I hope so.
Yeah. There is another program that I think you might really like. It's like a peer-to-peer parenting program. So it's through this organization in the Valley. All of the people that run it have been through a DCS dependency and have gotten their kids back.
Okay.
So they know everything you're going through. They know the testing, they know the visits, they know all of that. And they know how the system works. And so they can kind of work with you to navigate that, but also support you while you go through it. Is that something you think that you might be interested in checking out?
Is it like something where if like I had a hard time like with the scheduling or something, that it would like go against me? Or is it just like extra?
It's extra. It's just another support for you. It's moms who understand the system and understand exactly what you're going through and have done the whole thing. So they know the court part of it, they know the visits, they know the testing, they know, some of them know recovery maintenance, others know different things, housing struggles, all of that. They've all been through it and have made it to the other side. And I think they might be a really good support for you doing this, especially early on. Because I can imagine that it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel right now. Everything is so fresh.
Yeah.
And their whole program is to make you feel like you're not alone in those moments where you feel like you might slip up or something might happen. They're a phone call away. Like I think they would be a really great support for you if that's something you're interested in. I know it's like another thing, but it's not required of you. You can use it as you please, but I think it might help.
Do you think they'd be able to help me like look for a job and stuff?
Absolutely. I think that they could have those resources for you, and if not, we'll find somebody that does to help you get there. But I think it would be really good to have some more supports, especially those who understand what's going on for you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can be a lot, especially doing it on your own.
Yeah, it's also not something you like walk around telling people like, oh, my kids were taken away. so.
Yeah, nobody ever wants to say that they have a dependency or anything going on, but if anybody's gonna understand, it's gonna be the parents that are in this program.
Okay, yeah, I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, so maybe we can set up a time to meet next week and look at all of these options that we talked about today and see what we can come up with.
Okay,
Yeah, do you think that works?
yeah, do you think that like I could like call you or text you about when, cause I don't really know like what my schedule looks like, and I wanna make sure I don't miss anything again.
Yeah, absolutely. You can just reach out to me whenever you figure out what's going on for the week.
Okay.
And let me know and we'll make it work. We can meet at your house, we can come to the office, we can meet somewhere in the middle, we can figure it out though.
Okay,
Okay, is there anything else you need right now?
no, I think I'm okay.
Okay, we'll get you some bus passes on the way out and then we'll see each other next week.
Okay,
Okay,
thanks.
all right, it was good to see you.
It's good to see you too.